Good afternoon, YouTube. DutyRon checking back in with another video. And today we're going to cover the coronavirus, guys. I am a retired New York City police detective with 20 plus years experience in law enforcement and public safety. And I'm going to talk to you today about where we're at with this coronavirus pandemic throughout the United States. And for those of you who are tuning in from outside of the country, outside of the United States, I am not doing major research on the UK and other countries, Italy, the way they've handled it, because I am really concerned about here and now in my area. I would suggest that you guys go and do your research on your particular country that you're living in. This video is going to be pertaining to what's going on here in the United States and the precautionary measures that our president and the powers that be within the United States are taking to help try to keep the public safe. So guys, good afternoon. Hello to all my channel members, my Patreon supporters, all of my regular day ones. Hello, Gemma, Harvey, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Katrina, Joey, Brooklyn, Matty Boy, Sully. I would ask, guys, please, if you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so this way you'll get all notifications. Morgan from California, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Hello, Monique, and all the great ones in here on the video today. Paisley Dreams, thank you for joining. So, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday the 13th, this past Friday, we had the President of the United States have a news conference somewhere around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and he did declare a national state of emergency, which is also known as a Stratford Law, Stratford Bill. What that does is enable the federal government and the police, the National Guard, and also the federal, mainly the federal government and the president, gives them the ability to sidestep some of the political loopholes that are in place to to help keep public safe by enabling them to pretty much mobilize the National Guard if need be to keep the public safe. So by calling for a national state of emergency and activating the Stratford Bill, this is not a reason for anybody to panic or to get scared or to say, oh my God, the world is coming to an end. We're going to be quarantined. We're not going to be able to go out. Listen, the measures that are being taken and the measures that are being put in place, Retired Irish Detective, great to see you, are for all of our safeties. So we do not become part of the coronavirus pandemic, so it doesn't spread. In other words, the limitations on restaurants here in New York, the nobody going out into public places where there's 50 or more people, that's a way to kind of contain the spread of this infectious disease. Treat it just like the flu, the common flu that we see every year. And if you use those precautions by not being around anybody who's sick, by not being around groups of people when you don't need to be, this will lower your risk at contracting coronavirus. But if you are healthy and you have no underlying health conditions, no diabetes, no autoimmune disease, nothing that you would be worried about with lowering your immune system, this would be just like getting a very, very bad flu, maybe a flu times, they say, times 10, but a healthy adult will be able to fight it off. Even if you are in your 70s and you're very healthy, it's not necessarily a death wish if you get this coronavirus. So I'm here to tell you that I am not afraid. I go out, I'm here at my job, I'm at my office. I enacted a safety plan for my workers who work underneath me. So the entire staff at my office and in my building, I called an emergency meeting on Friday, right after the president spoke. And I just told them we are going to take extra precautions. Hand washing, hand coverings, everyone is wearing gloves. no sneezing or coughing in common areas. It was just simple things that I put into place to keep all of the workers safe within the building that I work in. Now, they look to me, because I'm the director of security, to enable and enact measures. Everybody was looking at me like, hey, what are you going to do? I already had a plan set up from January of this year, because I knew it wasn't going to not, I knew it was just a matter of time. I knew it was definitely going to come here, but I just didn't know when. So when we started seeing cases, I immediately went right to my plan book and enabled my plan. There is no curfew, Val, in New York State. No state in the United States has a curfew. After 10 o'clock, bars and restaurants tomorrow, I think after 8 o'clock tonight, bars and restaurants will not allow in New York State anybody to come in anymore for sit-in dining. But you can drive up to a restaurant and have takeout. They'll bring it out to the car for you, or you can have home delivery. That's in my area. So bars, movie theaters, and also health and fitness clubs, gyms. So that's just a sensible move, because many people, gyms and workout areas where people go to, like a LA Fitness, that's like a petri dish for germs. So for those of you who are on a high level of anxiety, I'm here to tell you that if you take these necessary precautions and the social distancing that they talk about, this is not going to last forever. But until look, the cases in China are so low now. The spread in China is literally almost at a standstill. But for a long time, it was going very, very quickly. That's what we may see here in the United States. We don't know yet, because it's not ramped up the way it was in China, but it's just getting started. So we're close to 1,000 cases in the United States. And the public officials and our president is really taking the necessary steps, the responsible steps, to help keep the public as safe as possible. Listen, only way that we could stop completely from anything spreading is if everybody was confined to their homes. We live in America where you can freely move about. There's cars, there's a parkway in front of me. There's cars all over the place. It's not a ghost town here by any means. But when you take special precautions for an extended period of time, whether it's 2 weeks, whether it's a month, whether it's 2 months, it's not going to be forever. So what you have to get in your mindset is that, we should restrict our contact with other people. That doesn't say that you can't have your family come by and, exercise the distance, the 6-foot distance. If someone has to cough, you cough into your elbow. You cover your mouth with paper towel, tissue. If you're sneezing or coughing, cover. Just by conversating, spit will come out of your mouth, but it will come out and go down. So if you have that 6-foot distance from someone even talking to you, you're not going to get coronavirus, the COVID-19, just by breathing air. You know what I mean? So if you know that you have an earache, a fever, or a cough, don't go out to the store and shop. Don't go out and pile up on toilet paper and all of this stuff if you feel like you're sick. Stay home. This is common sense stuff. And I am not anywhere close to being afraid or panicked or in a frenzy. But the people, obviously, who are police officers, firemen, EMS, healthcare workers, they are the most vulnerable to this. But they are using extra protection. If you go into any hospital right now, you could walk into any hospital in America, you will see much ramped up protection on the healthcare workers, and it's because of their own safety, for their own safety. It's not because there's germs everywhere in the air. The air we're breathing is perfectly fine. If somebody has the virus and they're coughing and spitting and sneezing, that's where the danger is. Okay? If it's on a surface and you touch it, that's why they tell you to wash your hands. So if you touch a doorknob that's outside in the public, that's not in your own home, after you do that, do not scratch your face. Do not itch your eyes. Do not put your hands in your mouth. The CDC is the best place for updates on this. Go to cdc.gov and I will link the description down below. The CDC is the best place for information. Don't watch some doomsday fortune person on social media doing live streaming telling you the world's going to come to the end. Don't listen to a lot of media coverage. I listen to the CDC. I go onto their website a couple of times a day to get updates. That's what I do as a retired law enforcement professional. I listen to very reasonable news outlets, and I do not listen to anybody live streaming on social media telling you that, you know, you should go down in a bunker and take 80 gallons of water. And, you know, that's ridiculous. In my eyes, in my opinion, that's ridiculous, and it's completely unnecessary. My wife and I went to a winery on Saturday. Although it might have been a little bit risky to do that, we were outside and inside, and there were a lot of people there, but we weren't in close contact. We had that 6-foot distance. The establishment set up the table so everyone was six plus feet away from each other. So, and the waiters and the waitresses were wearing gloves, no masks. But you know, that was a dangerous thing to do, but we did it, and I don't think we'll do it again. Obviously, going forward, that was a little bit reckless. I kind of had some conversation with my wife about that, but it wasn't really bad because we were indoor and outdoor. But everything is closed now. These closures, for those of you who are getting anxiety, these closures are for a good reason. The reason that they're doing this is to try to prevent the spread. Thank you, Katrina. Thank you to everybody for the positive messages. They are trying to contain the spread and slow it down so it doesn't spread to more people than necessary. So by putting in place these measures, no restaurants and sitting down together, no large crowds, concerts, Broadway shows, all the things that we are used to having, it's temporarily suspended, temporarily until everything levels off. So just be careful about the information that you hear or that is being shared. Dave, I want the sports too. I'm going crazy. There's no baseball coming up. I'm a big baseball fan and it's freaking pissing me off. But there's no baseball for good reason. They don't want all the team players to get sick. They don't want the public to get sick. So it's a responsible measure. Mark Cuban said it himself. Although it hurts the pocketbook, it's the best. It's the best for public safety and public interest. So, you know, when I pump gas, I used like 5 of these, and I opened them up, and I didn't touch the gas. So I used tissue paper, like 5 of these. I put them together, and I used that to pump the gas. But I also have hand sanitizer. I have a big gallon container at home. I got to fill this back up. But I've been using this hand sanitizer. So, this is good stuff to use. Just make sure you are watching the CDC. I'm gonna listen to some of the updates here.
We'll also be joining our regional efforts.
This is the Connecticut. This is the New Jersey governor.
So, here goes in some other steps. All non-essential and non-emergency travel in New Jersey is strongly discouraged.
This is the New Jersey governor.
Hours of 8 p.m. and 5 p.m. daily, effective this evening at 8 p.m.
Can you guys hear this okay?
Until further notice. To be clear, and I think I may have contributed to this.
This is live right now.
Confusion over the weekend. This is not a curfew, but it is strongly recommended.
It's not a curfew.
Travel is strongly discouraged. But if you don't need to be on the roads, you should not be on the roads. If Alternatively,
High
you're
Life
a
of
healthcare
MC.
worker or other employee essential to our response. We still need you to get to work and to the vital jobs you are doing. And from the bottom of our hearts, we thank you and recognize that you are the front lines in this fight. But for those who do not need to be out, please, please, please just stay home. Businesses which play a direct role in our response efforts or are necessary for the public's health, safety, and welfare, such as supermarkets and grocery stores, pharmacies, medical offices, and gas stations, among a very limited list. Those entities may remain open past 8 p.m. All casinos, racetracks, movie theaters, performing arts centers, nightclubs, gyms, and fitness centers and classes will also close entirely, effective at 8 p.m. this evening, until such time that it is deemed safe for their reopening. Again, I repeat, casinos, racetracks, movie theaters, performing arts centers, nightclubs, gyms, and fitness centers and classes, all will close entirely, effective 8 p.m. tonight, until such time that it is deemed safe for their reopening. Good news is online gaming will continue. Bad news is not much to wager on. All other
Not much to wager on.
retail, recreational, and entertainment businesses must close at 8 p.m. every day, beginning this evening at 8 p.m. And during business hours or daytime hours, businesses may remain open, but only if they limit their occupancy to no more than 50 persons and adhere to social distancing guidelines. Again, I want to repeat this. All other non-essential retail, recreational, and entertainment businesses must close by 8 p.m. every day, beginning today. And in addition, during daytime hours, those businesses may remain open if they limit their occupancy to no more than 50 persons and they adhere to the 6-foot and other social distancing guidelines. All bars and restaurants are closed for eat-in services effective 8 p.m. this evening.
It's going to be
Until further
okay.
notice.
It's going to be okay, sweet crazy.
After 8 p.m., until further notice, these establishments may open for takeout and delivery orders only. These restrictions will be in place during daytime as well. Again, I repeat, just because I want to make sure there's no confusion, all bars and restaurants are closed for eat-in services in the entirety of New Jersey, effective 8 p.m. this evening, until further notice.
Abby, I'll answer that in a second, Abby.
Not just this evening, but other evenings, and until further notice, these establishments may be open for takeout and delivery orders only, and these restrictions will be in place during daytime hours as well. As a general matter, all gatherings of 50 or more persons are canceled effective 8 p.m. tonight, with very limited exceptions. And frankly, if you ask me about an exception, I'm not sure I've got a good answer for you.
Thank you, Life of
But
MC.
any gatherings of 50 or more are canceled effective tonight. I think you may have seen this already, but want to reiterate that the Motor Vehicle Commission has closed all offices and inspection stations for the next 2 weeks at least. As was previously announced, all licenses and non-driver IDs, registrations, and inspections expiring by May 31st are extended by 2 months. We encourage everyone who can utilize the MVC's online capabilities to do so. Additionally, and General Beal will discuss this, as of today, I am mobilizing the New Jersey National Guard to assist in our efforts in any way necessary. And again, Brigadier General Beal will speak to this in a few moments. We do not take any of these steps lightly. We know that each comes with its own set of impacts on residents and families, on communities, and on local businesses. But at this moment, our paramount concern must be to flatten the curve of new cases so we do not overload our healthcare system.
Hi, Long Island girl.
We must take seriously the need for social distancing, that can help slow the spread of coronavirus.
This is going to follow suit
We
in
need
New York
everyone,
as well.
frankly, to stay home. Let me be perfectly clear. It was very obvious from what we all saw over the weekend that not enough New Jerseyans are taking to heart the need for social distancing that is absolutely vital to our flatlining the curve and keeping ahead of this public health emergency. There is no reason that anyone should run the risk of infecting friends and loved ones or their community.
Long Island Girl, welcome in.
Those
Dorney Color, thanks
who
for
may be
joining.
most vulnerable to coronavirus.
Mary Lee, thanks for being
I
here.
know, I'm a Murphy, by the way. Guilty as charged. I know people wanted to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but absolutely no one should even
Hello, Rolling
be
Homestead.
considering going out to a bar. Even if you feel completely healthy, still be a carrier of coronavirus.
True.
There will be another St. Patrick's Day next year. Sitting this one out could mean the difference for you or someone you love to actually making it to then. Our New Jersey family is too precious. We all must play our part to win this fight against coronavirus and emerge stronger than ever.
Thank you, Mahid.
This
Salam.
is not a time for selfishness. This is a time to think of those around you. Dr. Tan, welcome. To every New Jerseyan who has already taken personal responsibility to heart during this emergency.
Thank you for the
and
super
millions
chat,
of you,
Life
I
of
thank
MC.
you. And I urge you to continue doing what you're doing and to keep being a model for others who may need a wake-up call. Folks, a couple of extemporaneous comments. We need to put, just as I have said, and will continue to say, this is no time to panic. It still is no time to panic. It's time for smart, intelligent, aggressive, proactive action.
Thank you.
And just as that is true,
No
it is
need to
equally
panic.
as true, this is not time for business as usual. The amount of anecdotes that we get, everything on one end from bars you literally can't get into over the weekend, to not one single roll of toilet paper left in the entire state.
There's no need for that.
We got to bring radically, dramatically, and immediately that behavior on both ends.
It's got to
into
stop.
a more equitable, more reasonable, more rational reality.
Right.
We can't allow the business as usual culture to continue. Clearly, as I said, this does not come without a price.
Exactly,
It will
Joe.
come with a big economic price. We
They will
understand
not.
that.
They
If
won't,
we do
Island
not
Girl.
act, the price will only be larger, both in humanity as well as economically.
This man is saying
So there are some
is very,
people out
very,
there who
very
think this is
sensible.
Fake news, and our friends, the Russians, I'm sure, are feeding that notion.
He
This
just
isn't
said fake news.
This is real. On behalf of all of us, if we don't have this right, if we're not accurate about this, it's on me. This is real.
He's taking charge.
Stop
I like it.
believing folks who say it isn't real. Another bigger group of people who think that they're impenetrable, that it's not going to affect them. They're the fitness of the picture of good health. I would just say to you and each and every one of you out there, this is a challenge for each of us. Yes, while it's
Excellent,
to
D90.
young people and their parents, while in fact this is heavily skewed toward older members of our community, although Judy will give you the range of the ages of the new cases in a moment.
This is
you're
Governor Murphy.
Symptomatic but carrying coronavirus. And think about that. You're cavalier. You're in a bar. You're in some
Governor
big party
Murphy,
in a house
New
somewhere.
Jersey State
You
Governor.
feel really good and really healthy. And then the next day you're going to see grandma and grandpa.
No
or
good.
Your parents, or a coach, or an uncle and aunt, or a teacher who may be more vulnerable.
Hi, Tabitha.
Who may have an underlying health issue. And you unwittingly are putting their lives at risk. We have got to put an end to this business as usual.
Thanks for being here,
So
Trev.
the folks who think this isn't real, trust me, it's real. And it's on me if we prove this otherwise.
There you go, Paisley.
And to those who think it can't affect them, I'm here to tell you it can. So just as it is not time to panic, but it is time to be smart, proactive, aggressive, as we're being, it is equally not time for business as usual.
Nicole, I
cannot
understand.
overstate this.
My niece is a nurse.
Before I conclude, I had the opportunity to speak directly a short while ago with President Trump and
Well
Vice
said,
President
Katrina,
Pence. I
well
had
said.
spoken to the Vice President on Friday evening, and again, we've been in regular contact with them and personally in their offices. In this case, an hour or two ago was the governor's video conference that is normally held on Monday. The President, Vice President, and I also discussed that New Jersey is one of 12 states that will be standing up testing sites in conjunction with the federal government, and specific FEMA. Colonel Callahan will give additional details on this, I think, very positive development in a few minutes. On our call today, I pressed the President and Vice President and their teams for more personal protective equipment for our frontline public health workers, for more on-the-ground assistance, a la the FEMA help in setting up for testing, and to prepare to support our businesses,
Hi,
our
Leanne.
workers, and our economy when we come out of this emergency, which we inevitably will do. We will continue to push for necessary supplies, particularly
Guys, I'll be
PPE,
talking right after he's
personal
done.
protective equipment, so long as there's an
There you go,
emergency
Kathy.
for them, and there is.
He's a good Irishman.
Before I close, I must give our continued thanks
All right, he's
to
finishing.
everyone out there whose work is helping our state stay safe, stay together. Public health workers, where would we be without you and your heroism? The janitorial and custodial workers, and the women and men working to keep our grocery stores open and stocked, to name just a few. I also want to recognize the tremendous work of each of you in the media who are making sure that the people have the facts, and you're doing it because we're living it as well 7 days a week. We tip our
I'm not
caps
gonna listen to
everyone
him.
who's playing their role in seeing us through this unprecedented times. As I've said before, we are all in this together. We all have our jobs to do.
We are all in this together.
Including yours truly, and assuming we all do our jobs, we take this seriously. We don't panic, but we realize it's no longer time for business as usual. And we do both the little things and the big things. Assuming we do all that, I can say unequivocally, we emerge from this stronger as one New Jersey family than ever before.
Wow, Nicole.
And to all New Jerseyans, I wish you nothing but safety and good health. Let's do this together. It is now my honor to turn things over.
You've been listening to a live news conference
Governor
from
Murphy.
Governor Phil Murphy. The short version is this is not a time to panic, but this is not a normal time. In his words, this is real.
Right. Okay. So to recap, this governor, this guy is awesome. Shelly, thank you for the super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much for that, my good friend. Shelly is part of the DutyRon family, and she is adorable. I love Shelly B. Thank you for that. Again, Governor Murphy, sensible, very, very proactive. That was the best speech I've heard, even better than the president. This guy should run for president because he is handling this for the state of New Jersey like a charm. This guy is awesome, and he's reflecting almost everything I said before we started playing his news conference. You have to take this seriously. Even if you are healthy, you still have to take those precautions. I have precautions that I'm using while I'm at work, while I'm out with my family. You keep that social distance, the 6 feet distance. Just remember, when you talk, spray comes out of your mouth. And if someone's infected and is just talking, and you're in that close proximity and that spray gets the 3 or 4 most vulnerable places on a human body for contracting coronavirus is the mouth, is your eyes, your ears, believe it or not. Mouth, nose, eyes, and ears. Those are the 4 big ones. The nose is number 1. The nose is number 1. Eyes number 2. Mouth number 3. And ears are number 4. The touching of the surfaces gets on, the virus could get on your hands, and if you rub your eyes, stick your fingers in your nose, pick your teeth, you're doomed. So make it a mental note to take precautions with the hand washing and to not pick it yourself for any reason if you're out in public. If you get an itch, just leave it alone. Thank you for all those super chats. Thank you so much. Shelly, Life of MC, Gemma's Journey and Grace. Thank you so much for the super chat. Ladies and gentlemen, I am here to tell you, do not panic. Just use your common sense. Make yourself educated. CDC.gov is always a great source, is a great resource for you to go. I go to CDC.gov 3 times minimum a day, sometimes 4. If at any time you're feeling panicked or in fear, what you can do is reach out to me. You could send me a DM on any social media. You could go to my website, DutyRon.com. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of social media, one word, DutyRon. Subscribe here to my channel. You can send me messages on DutyRon.com. I will get back to anybody who leaves me a sensible message, and if I know who you are, I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you're feeling like you're getting overwhelmed and you're not sure of the things that you're hearing, or if you hear something on the internet and you're scared, just send me a message about it and I'll tell you whether it's true or not. I'll do the best that I can to research it and let you know whether it's true or not. Okay, so, again, social distancing of, this is not a time to go out to the community center, or if you live in a community where there's people gathering, most of the things will be canceled. It's no need for you to cause panic. That is being done for our personal safety. That is the thing that is being done by the government to ensure our safety. So when the weather gets warmer, the virus can't survive. So I'm looking forward to the hotter temperatures. The way people spread this virus in warmer areas is if you're a carrier and you travel to somewhere warm from somewhere cold, and you travel to, say, South Florida and you are infected already, and you go there, you're going to infect the people that you're around. So that's how it's happening. I'm not sure about the bugs. Someone just asked a question about the bugs. I don't know if this is going to be a situation where it could be transmitted by insects. That remains to be seen, and I wouldn't care to comment on that because I don't know anything about it. So people that are going out and buying toilet paper and hand sanitizer by the gallons, I ask you, and my neighbor across the street did the same thing. She went out and bought a whole bunch of stuff in like 3 or 4 different trips, and I said, you're being ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. You're helping to, you're creating more problems and more panic by you doing this yourself. So if anybody has any questions in the chat, I'll start looking at the chat now. I haven't been paying attention to the chat, not because I'm being mean, but I haven't been paying attention to the chat because I want to get my point across. I would want to get my point across to you guys. Somebody sent a message earlier and said that their daughter or granddaughter is critically ill, or is I don't know if I read that right, but I think someone read that someone in their family is critically ill and that they want to go visit them. I would say this: that's a personal decision for you to make, and I think I remember that message was asking me if I would go. If you're asking me if I would go, I would say yes, I would go. I would go. But that's me. If your health is ailing and you're willing to risk getting the coronavirus and possibly have a fatal result, then, go for it. But I would say that, Life of MC, DutyRon, it's warm here, but we still have the virus. People bring it to you. It doesn't mean that it originated in the Philippines. It could be someone who traveled. If you notice, most of these things are traveling. It's people that travel. So. New York City Police, the NYPD Transit Chief has tested positive. The New York City Transit Police Chief, I think he's a 3 or a 4-star chief, he tested positive for coronavirus. So our police and our fire and EMS are going to be very susceptible to this. So, okay. Abby Wright says, my daughter Holly is terminally ill and needs surgery. Should I wait? I wouldn't wait. If she's terminally ill, I would go and see her, unless you are sick yourself. So, it's up to you. That's a personal decision to make. Personal decision that I can't make for you. You know, I would just say if it was me, I would go. That's my answer to that. You know. Yeah, they need the protective gear, Joe. They need it. They definitely need it. All elective procedures are on hold for 2 weeks minimum. Yes, my niece works she's an RN at a local hospital, so my niece told me that, and I'm well aware of that. So yeah, they're gonna more and more will test positive. Patty says, DutyRon, do you think the federal government will have countrywide quarantine or curfew? Just looking for your opinion. Patty, I would say no, as it stands right now. If people start looting stores and public, if there's riots and people are out of control, then I could say yes to that. I would say if there was extreme looting and things of that nature going on, then I would say yes to that. But at this time, everything seems to be calm, and I would say no. The chances are slim to none that would happen, but there's always a chance that could happen. So, but my answer to that is no. Gemma says, this is making me worry. I am a public trainer on autism here in the UK. You got to be guided by what they're telling you. My son says cochlear implant postponed. Make sure all hands on deck for surgery. Yes, there you go, Charity O. Sending a lot of prayers and positive vibes to you. Let's allow others the chance to purchase much need items. Yes, do not hoard items. Do not go out and buy bulk things. I heard that the virus in China is not progressing. Mahid, I said that earlier. The virus is now leveled off and is not spreading. Patty, it's my pleasure. Kathy from Texas says, can this person FaceTime their family with the help of a nurse? Can this person FaceTime their family with the help of a nurse? Absolutely. They can do that. That's an option. All right, so I'm going to go up to Nicole. My break's over. Nicole, thank you for being in here. Love and respect. Be safe, be careful, and thank you for what you do. Nacho, is there a new preferred time, 8 p.m. on Good Morning America today? There is a new preferred time, 8 p.m. on Good Morning America today. Wow. Okay. Interesting. There you go. Ian, that's a good idea. Eat as healthy as you can and boost your immune system. So, guys, again, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing if you like this video. I will continue to do COVID-19 coronavirus updates. I am going to suspend all, this is breaking news for DutyRon's channel. I am suspending all true crime and criminal cases until this coronavirus has leveled off. So this is my dedication to you guys. My only videos that I'm going to be doing going forward are updates. I won't go live daily about this unless there is something to talk about. But I am not going to be covering any true crime cases or any criminal cases. I don't think it is. I don't think it's helpful for any of us going forward for me to cover criminal cases. This is the most important thing because it means our health and well-being. It means our lives. So I am dedicating my channel now to updating you guys real time on this coronavirus until it passes, until we become level and steady and safe. So right now, I want to let you guys know that there will be no more criminal cases coming out of the DutyRon channel. My channel is now going to be dedicated to bringing you the most official and verified, up-to-date information on COVID-19, the coronavirus. I think that's the most important thing for all of us. And nobody wants to hear about criminal cases at a time of need. Let's face facts. This is uncharted water that we're in, but there is no need for anyone to panic. There's no need for panic for anyone. And I appreciate each and every one of you for being in here. Life of MC, Hunter W. Great to see you, Tracy. Thank you, channel members, for everyone coming on in. So much love and respect, again, from my house to yours. I want to just let you guys know that, listen, it's not in your best interest to start listening to people who are doomsday fortune and negative. Yes, this is a dangerous situation that's happening right now. It is scary, but it's not something that you should be, boarding up your windows and double locking your doors and bubble wrapping your windows. You need to heed the warnings of the CDC. CDC.org, CDC.gov, is the best part of is the best site for information, live and up to date. That's where I go. There is no zombie apocalypse. That is correct. No zombie apocalypse. No, no military guys with guns coming to your neighborhood and telling you can't leave your house. So, please, let's use our best judgment. Let's be adults about it and understand that the best defense is knowledge. The best defense, ladies and gentlemen, is knowledge. Knowledge is golden. And if you don't use if we don't use our minds to educate ourselves, then we will put ourselves into a panic. So from my house to yours, much love and respect. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all the super chat. Ron Daniels, thank you for that super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you to everyone who has contributed. If you are not subscribed, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and all social media. One word, DutyRon. Go and subscribe to my Facebook crime and police chat group and my YouTube video share group, and join my Discord. You want to get in on my Discord, and consider becoming a channel member. I think for as low as $3, you could become a channel member here. Those are the people that are in blue and green. Those are channel memberships. It's available down below where it says join this channel. Become a channel member for a very small amount of money each month, and you can also get behind the scenes and exclusive videos just directly from yours truly. You can get a lot of different things by becoming a channel member. So thank you to everyone who has done that. I will speak to you guys on the next video. Frog Push Eye, I will be praying for you. Karen Wise, a lot of love and respect. If Inner Peas is here, I want to say hello to you, Inner Peas. Catwoman, Hunter W, I love and respect you. Renee, thank you for being here. Nacho, thank you. Gail, Lori's Crochet Corner. Lori, I love and respect you and your daughter. You guys are awesome with the Reborn community. I love you. Matty Boy Sully, Mahid, Salam, and a lot of love from USA to Saudi Arabia and all my great friends. Melanie, Dawn, Life of MC. The list goes on and on and on. I will speak to you on the next one. Stay safe, stay calm, and please, please be reasonable. Help your neighbor. Check on the elderly. Check on your elderly family members. Check on as many people as you can. I will say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Much love and respect from my house to yours, and have a good week. I will talk to you soon. Peace and love from DutyRon.